Let's go to the AFC East division. The team that we have ranked number 4 in the AFC East is the New York Football Jets. All right, well, their consensus rank for the Jets we have 6 and 11. I do really think that the Jets will be much better than last year. As you can see, I have it reflected in my rankings. I have them going 7 and 10. I really like what the Jets did in the draft this year, giving Zach Wilson some premium wide receivers. They also have a decent secondary and a decent offensive line. If they keep up what they're doing in the drafts, and their coaching staff they have now is great, they're going to put some great wheels on to put it moving a little later. But yeah, that's what I got on the Jets. What do you guys have on the Jets? Let's start with you, Steven.
Jets would be decent this year. They're not going to be good, but they're not going to be bad. Like you said, they're getting upgraded. Zach Wilson's in his second year now, so he should be much improved. At preseason, it's not looking too good, but I think yesterday he was not doing too well.
That's why they play preseason, though, so you can get everything worked out and you work out all the kinks.
Yeah, exactly. But he should be much better this year. Like you said, they have a good secondary. They just got to work on that front seven. Once they work on that, they should be a pretty good team all around. And then, but right now they're still bottom feeders of the AFC East, and we have them at 6 and 11 for a reason.
What do you got on the Jets, Daniel?
I just want to take time to acknowledge Edward.
That's why I started laughing at the end
Zach
of my...
Milfin Wilson, bro. That is premium content right there. I'd love to see it. You know, having said that, I think the Jets are going to go 17 and 0. Just kidding. I have the Jets at 6 and 11 as well. I think the Jets organization is coming together a lot better than they have been for the past forever. The Jets have not really ever made noise, at least in my lifetime. My 23 years of life, the Jets have never really been too relevant.
I think they've been to an AFC championship in your lifetime. I don't remember when they went, but they've been to the AFC championship.
It was with Mark Sanchez.
One of 23 years, though. But, you know, they got there. I'm not trying to, discredit the Jets, but their organization is getting better. Like you said, they are drafting better. And, you know, you got Zach Milfin Wilson back there, and he's got some weapons to work with this year. So look out for the New York Jets in 4th place in the division, baby.
Well, let's move on to the number 3 team in our consensus rankings here. At number 3, we have, for probably the first time in a while this team has been here, the New England Patriots with a consensus record of 8 and 9. Let's move back to the 3-cam scene here. This New England Patriots team is quite frankly the most boring team of all time in the NFL. Is there a person's jersey that you Patriots fans can't wait to buy? I can only think of Mac Jones, and I don't even want his jersey. I think the Patriots defense took a step back in the offseason, and with the loss of Kyle Van Noy and J.C. Jackson, and who knows what this team is going to do to look like on offense. I have no idea what you guys are going to do. I think they finished 3rd in the division. I have them going 9 and 8. I just think the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills are better teams right now than these Patriots. So
I don't see them doing too well this year either. I think they took a step back, and it's like I said, they're going to be a very boring team this year.
Yeah. The AFC East is kind of a weird division this year because, you know, the Patriots are going to be a boring team. I'm surprised we have them that high. I have them at 7 and 10. There's not a lot of big names in New England. I mean, you have Bill Belichick there. I mean, certified winner. But other than that, I mean,
that's why I gave him the extra.
Mac Jones is, you know, he's not an all-star quarterback. He's a good quarterback, but he's not an all-star high caliber quarterback like everybody seems to think that he is. Those two teams in the bottom I could see interchanging with each other and competing in those divisional rivalries with each other pretty closely.
They'll compete in some games, but they're not going to do a lot this year. They're definitely not making the playoffs this year, for sure.
Yeah.
That's not happening. We'll move on to the next team on our AFC East ranking board. The number 2 team we have is the Miami Dolphins with a consensus ranking of 10 and 7. So
you got the addition of Tyreek Hill over there with Jalen Waddle. My beef with the Dolphins lies within Tua Tagovailoa.
Mine too.
I just don't know. I hope that he can capitalize on his weapons that he has on the offensive side. Their defense should do decently this year. They should be okay on the defensive end of it. Should hold teams pretty low in scoring. At least under 20 points per game. Miami's a solid team. I don't know. Like I said, this division's really weird, and I think a lot of the division rivalries could go either way, except against Buffalo. That's why I don't have them at 10 wins. I have them at 9 and 8. It's going to be a tight division, I feel like, that could go any which way for the bottom 3 teams.
The Dolphins have done everything they can to possibly make Tua successful this season.
Yeah.
They got Armstead in the offseason. in free agency, and they picked up Tyreek Hill. If Tua does not do good this year, and the Dolphins don't do well overall because of it, I think that Tua will not be Miami's quarterback next year. As Daniel said, bye. Now, I do think that this team has a lot of talent on it, and they addressed the offensive line problems from last year in the offseason. Tua will have time to throw the football. They will have a running game because they added Mostert. They should be good enough to make the playoffs this year. I have them at 10-7, and I have them as a playoff team. Steven, where do you got the Dolphins?
I have them at 10-7. It's like you said, they're pretty good on defense. The main question is that quarterback situation. If Tua doesn't perform, he's out for sure. Because I don't think the Dolphins will have patience to try and get him with all those weapons that they just got him. We'll see what they do overall. They should be good. But like Daniel said, all three of those teams on the bottom can easily flip-flop.
I want to go through something really quick. The Miami Dolphins running back arsenal is nuts. You have Chase Edmonds as your starter. You have Raheem Mostert at the 2-back. Sony Michel is still there. And Myles Gaskin is the 4 on their roster right now. That's a crazy running back lineup.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. They got a running game now, like I said.
I mean, if Tua plays terrible, you got Teddy Bridgewater to back him up. Teddy Bridgewater is pretty good.
He's not a bad player at all. Number one team in our consensus rankings here, which shouldn't be a surprise to really anybody. Our number one ranked team is the Buffalo Bills with a consensus record of 13-4. I think that's the highest consensus record we have of any team this year.
Yeah, consensus for sure.
The Bills should have the best odds of any team to win the Super Bowl this year, as they should. I think this team, as I've said, is on a revenge tour, and I think they're going to make a lot of noise this season, and I think that they're going to be hard to stop in any game. This team doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, and with Josh Allen running things, they will be locked and loaded to make a Super Bowl run. The Bills do have a tough schedule this year, but they should be favored in most, if not all the games. I have them at 13-4 and winning the AFC East.
Super Bowl contenders easily. They've got that potent offense. They've got a great defense. Easily going to win that division. Should go all the way. They're going to be on a revenge tour from last year, from that overtime game, so look out for them to possibly win their first Super Bowl this year.
Why are you flipping a coin? Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing there.
Buffalo Bills are coming out this year, guns blazing. If I'm any team in the NFL this year, I do not want to play the Buffalo Bills. They are stacked beyond belief. You have a perfect quarterback in Josh Allen. I already said it before. That guy has no problem. Like, there's nothing bad about him
at all.
I mean, he can sling it in there. He can throw it a mile. He's mobile. He's also like 6'6". 6'5". I don't get it. He's a freak. Casey, you said that it's probably the most well-rounded team this season, and I could not agree more with you.
Mm-hmm.
The Buffalo Bills should win the Super Bowl, and I mean, the only other team that I'd want to win the Super Bowl this year is the Cowboys. But, you know, we got to see.
Like I said, Buffalo has a 2-year clock. If they don't win in the next 2 years, they're frauds.
We were saying earlier how Dallas and Indy have all the talent that they could want. They just need to execute with it.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills are better than both of those teams. They're in that position that they need to execute, but they're better than the Cowboys and the Colts. Like, they're the best team in the league, but they just need to execute.
Yeah, the Bills definitely Super Bowl contenders, and I think that they're the team to beat this year.